From your hostess with the mostest, Lauren Hines. This is I Did It My Way, the podcast that brings you into the story of leading entrepreneurs and tastemakers.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to I Did It My Way. I am your MC and host, interviewer, Lauren Hines, and I'm super excited to have with us today someone who has become probably my newest friend, Sherron Washington. Hi, Sherron.
Hi.
Hello. Well, everyone, if you haven't had the opportunity to really get to know Mrs. Washington, really, she's done so many things across the globe. She has imparted her wisdom and her expertise for nearly 20 years and has been deemed the marketing whisperer, hence the name of this episode, due to her uncanny ability to assist clients in developing initiative, results-driven yet simple, keyword simple solutions for their business. Can I get an amen? Sherron is the founder and CEO of the P3 Solution, a full-service marketing and communications firm located in Silver Spring, Maryland, which of course is a suburb of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. She specializes in providing simple strategy, design, and social media solutions. She has built her firm around the principle of marketing simple, which instructs clients to embrace simplified methods of promoting their business. The P3 Solution is also the creator and host of Market Simple, the Summit, an annual full-day workshop designed to help businesses learn how to effectively create and execute their marketing and communication efforts successfully. There's so much more to add on, but I want to make sure we can jump into this interview and get some critical advice here. Sherron's going to impart, of course, some of her wisdom to us. You're going to get some great nuggets. So I hope you guys have your pen and paper out and you're ready to take some details. I'm still old school with writing my notes out in notebooks. You'll see my
right here, yeah.
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 If you're watching on the iPad, or on your iPhone or your computer, you probably can't type notes and watch at the same time. But we're excited about getting some information from you today, Sherron, and really finding out your journey. So welcome, Sherron.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Lauren. I'm excited. We talk often and you know how excited I am to discuss marketing and help people out. So this is great.
Awesome. Well, I thank you for sharing the time with us today as well, because, I meet so many entrepreneurs, especially in the events and entertainment world, and we're such creatives sometimes that getting the nitty gritty and the know-how down can be a challenge, And so I'm really happy that we have you to be able to, especially at the top of the new year, to be able to impart this kind of information that we need to have in our minds before the hustle bustle of the new year is underway,
Yep.
So tell me, Sherron, how did you end up in marketing, communications? I know you've been doing this for a couple decades.
So I originally wanted to be, check this out, a PE teacher.
Really?
Yeah. So
very cool.
When I was growing up, I was very active, cheerleader. And so my mom, I told my mother I wanted to be a PE teacher. And she's a CPA. And so she told me, not on my dime.
Good old mama looking out for your daughter.
Ironically, that's what my son wants to be now. So
wow, is that something?
Yeah, same thing. So what happened is I started to go, I went to school. I had my journey is kind of like a flip-flop one. I started out at school traditionally, and then I left and had a son, and then went back to school as an adult.
Wow.
So once I went back to school, I realized that she wanted me to be a CPA. CPA wasn't for me. I was definitely headed in the right direction with regards to communication. I like to communicate. I like to talk. I wanted to interact. I wanted to impart my information. So that would either be a lawyer or somewhere in communication. Communication was less schooling. So,
yes, absolutely.
So I picked communication. I landed lots of jobs. I used to work in the association world. So in DC, next to the government, associations are largest where you go and you get jobs here.
Wow. Yeah, especially in that area, in the DMV. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I landed a lot of communication marketing positions until I came across, I finally moved in my career as a marketing manager. And one of my supervisors said, you should own your own business. So it is because I had conveyed to her that I didn't want to travel anymore. I wanted to do more things, and that the job was stifling me. So she then said, guess what? We'll be your client. So not only do you start your own business, we're going to be your first client.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So they
that's the dream of any new entrepreneur. Start out in business with clients. That's awesome.
I can be at home and do my own thing.
Yes. That's awesome.
So I worked with them for a number of years. After a number of years, they really needed someone to travel. So they were like, sayonara. But she definitely helped me to understand, because initially I didn't want to be a entrepreneur. She let me explore that. And then here I am 10 years later and loving it. I mean, actually, absolutely loving it. I've learned the ups and downs of marketing. Things change, the evolution of what you think you're going to be in 10 years, and then what you become. So I know that was a very long journey, but it was from actually a supervisor of mine who catapulted me along.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's funny though. I heard you say that, the change was just unexpected. I think I've heard that commonly that one quote says that the only constant is change itself.
And you got to be dynamic even in your industry. I mean, I remained in marketing, but I started out with event planning, design, and marketing.
Really?
Yeah. So I had event planning. I was like, I wanted this one-stop shop for all. And I really I did event planning for the associations, but I really didn't do much event planning as an entrepreneur. Right. So one day, a woman, I adore her, Monica Burkosa. She loves this. She works in Baltimore, and she had all these businesses. And I was like, hey, I'm so glad to meet you. I'm excited to meet you. And she said, what do you do? And I said all those things. She said, I still don't know what you do.
Wow.
Right? And so I was like, I was crying. Took me 2 weeks to get over that. Wow. But again, she became one of the people that was very, very pivotal in my growth and in the change.
There's something you ask your clients. You said, you want to go ahead? I don't know if you remember. We were just talking.
What I asked them?
The problem?
Yes.
There you go. Go ahead. Pass the mic.
I believe in creating a niche in the very beginning. And I did this exercise, although we talked about this, I did this exercise with the client. It's frustrating. So it's challenging because we believe as entrepreneurs, we go into this and we have this broad array of services that we're going to reap all these rewards. Yeah. When in actuality, all you need to do is define the problem that you solve for your audience. So I always ask, what problem, singular, solve?
That's good.
Yeah. You really need to understand, especially in marketing, what are you solving for people? Like, what problem are you solving for people? Problem with an M.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because us entrepreneurs, especially serial entrepreneurs and creatives, we're like, I can change the world. Especially, I'm an idealist, I'm like, I can do this. We can do this. We can do this. All things together as a team. But you contribute your specific juice, your specific DNA to solving a particular problem in your arena. And otherwise you can't really focus.
Absolutely. And providing multiple services is not solving multiple problems.
Right? Good stuff.
So you don't have to say, well, I can do this for you, this for you, this for you, in a cart full of items, because really they just want you to solve one problem. I'll give you an example. I'm a marketer. Our mantra at P3 Solution is to keep calm, market simple. So if someone says, what problem do I solve for you? I can simplify your marketing. That is it. I mean, I got tons of ways to do so through design, social media, through strategy, tons of ways.
Yeah.
But what I do core for you is I want to help you to simplify how you market. And that's it.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I mean, I'm going to go right back to that. I wanted to go back, rewind a little bit. And you told me that obviously you did not expect to be an entrepreneur,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
What have been some of the challenges, or maybe even the line in the sand moments as an entrepreneur? You said, I'm going to keep going. What were some of the challenges that you faced? Because a lot of the people that we are listening to now, they kind of happen into entrepreneurship, sometimes because of a challenge on the job. Sometimes there was no other way. They needed to make some extra money. The recession was there and it was real. You know, please share some of that story.
Absolutely. So I've had lots of problems. One thing I will share with entrepreneurs, it's okay to quit every week.
That's good.
It's okay to quit. Every week I quit. I quit for 2 hours. I come back and I really great. But it's okay to be at that point where you feel like you're quitting.
Yeah.
Quitting a project, quitting a client, quitting your ideas. Because you have as an entrepreneur, we have a lot. Like you said, idealists, you want to change the world. I do. I have so many things that I want to do.
I love it. You should see my scratch notebook. My like stuff.
A list of things that I want to do.
Yes.
That I go, man, and sometimes it's overwhelming. So the challenges that I've had is, that's one, having lots of ideas and not enough time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thinking that if I don't capitalize on this opportunity today, it's going to be missed. That's a no-no. What is for you is for you. And if it takes you a year to get to the next point, now I want you to keep moving.
Right. That's good.
Stop. Right? You can pause. I used to have a saying, I hope I get this right. You can pause out of caution, but don't stop out of fear. So pause, take your pauses, take a deep breath, right? But don't stop out of fear of not being able to shine or be able to complete the task or complete the task the way that you think the task should be completed. Another thing I ran into 10 years ago that I don't run into, it's a twist. So 10 years ago, we didn't have these outlets where we could reach out to people. Lauren, you were so open to have a discussion with me that I was absolutely happy about that. 10 years ago, we didn't have that. No. We didn't have building of connections, and then social media wasn't there to kind of pad that connection for you. Yeah. Please capitalize. I definitely implore entrepreneurs, capitalize on your connections. Start to meet people up the ladder, far up the ladder, that you go try to reach Tony Robbins and Oprah and anybody you think you cannot touch. Push past who you think you are and go ask for help, because part of my success has been through people who saw potential in me, and I went to them and I asked, like, questions. Can you help me? Can you be my mentor? Can you give me guidance? And they've been within my industry. So I'm not afraid. I don't operate in the circle of competition.
Right. Good.
I am special to what I do. I believe in what I do. I believe I can do things in a different manner that's sometimes better than other people in my industry. So I believe in myself. So I don't really operate in a space of competition. And I do recognize that I need help. So don't be afraid to go and ask for help and connect with people that are way above where you are at the moment.
That's good. Very good. Yeah, I heard the quote. It says, "Everyone is my superior in that I may learn of him."
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, we all can, and I think it's such a humbling thing. It doesn't take away anything from you to admit that we don't know something, and if anything, it adds wisdom.
Right.
Something you said, you were saying that people sometimes stop out of fear, and I've heard people rationalize and explain, and they've called fear wisdom, and you have to be smart, you have to be realistic. Your reality is what you conceive it to be sometimes. Absolutely. And I think we have to be mindful of that, because if we look at what's happening around us, we can get so depressed, we can get so small-minded and retract that we forget that we can create a vision and run after that and kind of create that reality, not just for ourselves, but for the shoulders that we stood on are going to be standing on our shoulders later. So we have to be mindful of that. And I love that you said that. I wish I had my pen, but thank God this is recording.
That's okay. It's recorded. You can get it.
Hey everyone, hope you've been enjoying this episode of I Did It My Way. I'm Lauren Hines, your hostess, and at this point we wanted to encourage you all to let us know if you have a business or you have a project that you're pushing forward. We would love to welcome you as a sponsor for I Did It My Way. In addition, we're here in the local Georgia area, so we have other opportunities if you are interested in being able to expand your business here in Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area, or if you are local to here. We want to encourage you to reach out and find out some opportunities available through the I Did It My Way sponsorship program, as well as some on-the-ground activities that we do through Atlanta Wedding and Event Professionals Network throughout the year. We have dozens of opportunities for you to be able to partner with us for more than simply the podcast, which of course will reach our audience, but also of course if you want more live on the ground visibility as well, in the more high touch capacity, we're happy to be able to introduce some of those opportunities to you too. More so, we just love partnering with other vibrant entrepreneurs who are creating their stories every single day. And so help us along our journey, and we'll help you along yours as you consider partnering with us for I Did It My Way as a sponsor and beyond. If you want to reach out to us, you can contact me, Lauren Hines. You can reach out at info, I-N-F-O, at AtlantaWEP.com, or you can reach out to us by phone at 1-800-316-7816. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Enjoy the rest of your journey, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this episode. Thanks for checking it out.
Yeah, another challenge, one other challenge that I know that I share with other entrepreneurs is budget.
Yes, that was on your 12 days of marketing from your expert. Yes.
Budget. Now, here's the thing. We pay for what we want.
Yeah.
So I hear a lot of times people are like, I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the money. That's because you don't value the reward that comes to it. But you will buy, and I'm sorry if I'm pinching a nerve here, you will buy a Beyonce ticket for several $100s and invest several $100s in your logo.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, we have to keep it in perspective and be honest with ourselves, right? We don't put in the money. If you don't invest money, time, all of that into what you want, you're not going to get a great return. So you do have to invest, and you have to create a budget. And if you don't want to spend more than $500 in a year on marketing, then plan that out. Make sure you plan that out. Have that $500. After that $500, you're spending no more and move to the next. Typically, in marketing, a business can spend anywhere between 3% and 20% of their profits on marketing. So, you know, depending on what you make, then you take 3% or 20%, how much I usually use about 11% of my profits because I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah. And you're a marketer. You kind of already know.
Yeah.
You kind of already figured out the system a little bit.
Right. So I have a little advantage, but I mean, to give a number to your audience, I use 11%, about 10, 11% of what I make on actual marketing things, because I don't do my website. And in fact, I have a web marketer. Yeah. So she tells me how to market on the web. I don't even mess with that. And, I ask questions and be very studious. But I realize that I have to work in my business and not on my business, because I need to create new services, as you saw my list of things to do.
Absolutely.
Right. So I don't have time to do that. So I make sure I create a budget where I can then expand.
Very good. Very good. That's great. I mean, I love that you talked about that from your profits, but you also said from what you make. And I think as an entrepreneur, I can resonate with that, because it may not seem like you have any profit, but you still have to invest and take risk. That's what entrepreneurship is about. Right. It's about using the free enterprise system for, of course, your business and your growth's benefit, but you have to put some things at risk in order to grow,
Right.
So I'm going to go back to when you were talking about the focus for your problem that you're solving, because we're entering into a new year. And some of the things that we need to be focused on are certain critical things for marketing. As we look at the way the digital PR and online atmosphere is changing for media, you know, I like to follow David Meerman Scott on the new rules of PR and marketing. It was great that you guys connected, but you know, I think people are not fully aware of that, because we're saying, okay, I have $1,000 or $500 marketing budget. How can I find a print ad? But you know, not to say it doesn't work for some people. Sometimes it does, especially for brand awareness and certain big names. But if you have $500 and you have to put that towards something, you know, that person is saying, where do I focus in on? But overall, what's the strategy you'd say for coming into this new year? What are 3, maybe 4 key things that you would say focus on for your marketing? Or even if there's just one, I would love to be able to hear what you recommend.
So about 1, 2, 3, 4 through 6 is have a marketing plan. Like I wrote a book about it, but when I tell you, and I use my book to create.
Please share the name of the book if you don't mind.
Market Simple, the blueprint I wish I had before I started a business.
Market Simple, the blueprint I wish I had before I started business. From the marketer, folks.
It's on Amazon and it's on my site. And actually the 2.0 version is coming out next year.
Awesome.
It's pretty good. But I would insist you start with a plan. And I know that entrepreneurs are used to like these multi-page plans, but I don't even believe in that. Remember, I come from a simplified, I want you to execute it, and I want you to feel good about doing it, and it doesn't feel so much like a chore, but an activity that's necessary for you to grow, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I believe that you should have a marketing plan, and in that marketing plan, you should have a goal. And it should be clear and concise. It should be something like, I want to get X amount of something by a certain time. That way it's measurable and realistic. And you can see that, like you said, some tactics like a print ad may be key to reaching this goal, but you won't know that unless you figure out what the goal is.
That's good.
What happens, Lauren, is that people usually jump for the tactics first.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right? They jump tactics first. Well, how are you going to get to the destination if you don't know where the destination is? Are you traveling and you don't know where the destination is?
Absolutely. So why am I going here?
Right? Why am I using this? What purpose is this for? Some people don't belong on certain social media platforms if they're trying to meet a certain goal. I mean, if you're there,
don't belong in certain social media platforms. That's true.
They don't. The effort is wasted. If you're there, I think that my recommendation or my idea about social media is that it's just for that, is to engage people. And you don't engage people through selling. So people want to purchase, but they don't want to be sold to.
Let's unpack that a little bit. That's good. That's good.
So my belief is that when you go into a store, you go somewhere, you're looking to purchase. When someone comes to engage you in selling, signs in your face, or if you think about an actual retail store, if someone keeps coming, hey, we have 50% off, got 50% off, got 50% off, it turns you off.
Yeah.
And you leave.
Yeah. Because
you feel pressure. If you engage, if the person came to you, and social media works the same way. If someone came to you, had a discussion, oh, you look great in blue. I like what you have on. How's the weather? Even small talk, it gets you to knowing this person. You think that this person is investing in you. And so then you're going to say, hey, is there any sales in the store?
Yeah. Social
media should be treated the same way.
Good.
Instead of tossing out on sale, get my services.
Right.
Right? You want to be more, you want to have more, develop more of a relationship. You want to nurture that relationship so that people can automatically see, not only are they going to say, how can you help me? But how can you help my friend, her friend?
That's good. Because we want to market relationally. We want to.
Exactly. And you don't have to spend so much money. See, this helps your bottom line too. You don't have to spend so much money on getting the word out there because you already have influencers and ambassadors, so to say, that's representing your brand for you without even you paying them.
Man, that's awesome. You guys, if this information is so helpful, I wish we had all day, but that'll be coming, right? So
yes, that is coming. That is coming.
It's coming. So if you guys have been hearing, Sherron has been talking about relationship marketing. We talked about the budget. We talked about the marketing plan, a simple one-page marketing plan. If you go onto her Facebook page, you'll see her live videos. She just came off of on 12 Days of Christmas, my marketing expert or my marketing whisperer gave to me.
That was hard.
It was challenging. It was so good because you had people, your listeners, your clients, folks who are just in your audience sending questions, and she addressed some of the key things. She picked out the questions, and these are some things that she actually went into detail with. Sherron went into detail with. So this would be great for you to go back and check on Facebook, Sherron, Sherron Washington, to connect with her.
Connect with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I would love to hear, we're winding down, but I know we were still unpacking, what to focus in on for this year's marketing. And then after that, I wanted to share some things that you have coming down the pipe with our listeners.
Okay, so definitely a marketing plan. You want to make sure you are pleased with your brand. Please remember that the brand is not for you. Your logo is not for you. It's for the people you want to attract. So make sure you have something that's professional, concise, that's going to attract the audience that you want. With your marketing plan should be detailed enough, even in a page, to give you what marketing materials you need. I would say do marketing plans every 6 months. Because social media changes, especially if you're heavy in social media, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And it may not change, but at least you review it every 6 months to make sure you're on track, you're meeting the goals, and if not, you can be able to make kind of some tweaks along the line. Lastly, please focus on doing more connecting and less selling. Your connections will sell for you. I use LinkedIn like nobody's business, and it has increased my business 70% last year.
Wow.
70%. And I don't even think I'm using it to its fullest capacity. And I'm just being very honest with you.
And how many people update their Facebook before they update the LinkedIn, but we're in business. And I've gotten clients from both Facebook, and from LinkedIn. Absolutely. But through just the connection, honestly. But if you're not updated, people have no idea what you're doing. They don't want to see what you did 10 years ago.
No idea. So I would say above all of that, get consulted by a marketing professional.
That's good.
Take some of that money that you have for your budget or your Christmas money, or your New Year's, or your tax money.
Christmas money? No, I'm kidding.
Money that you got, Christmas or the holidays, the first of the year, somebody gifted you something, right? Or
invest in your business.
Invest in your business. Seek a marketing professional out and do at least an hour consult so you can have a path on what's the next step. Right. Because although if you update and your brand is beautiful and you have no plan and nowhere to go, it's still going to be miss efforts for you. And in fact, if you're not having focused efforts, then you're kind of philandering all over the place.
Feeling unaccomplished.
You're going to quit. You might quit twice a week.
Quit twice a week. We can't cross that threshold.
Right. Only once a week you can quit.
That's good stuff. Thank you so much. So I am so excited what we're going into next. But first, what are you reading right now, Sherron?
What am I reading? I am reading definitely all of my books.
That was good. But it's good stuff. If it's good stuff, it's good stuff. I saw someone post your book the other day saying my personal development. She posted.
Because I grilled them. Okay.
Good stuff.
The Elegant Entrepreneur by Danielle Tate. So if you're a womenpreneur out there, she talks with founders about just what we're talking about the troubles of small businesses and challenges and triumphs too. So the Elegant Entrepreneur, it teaches you how, if you're just starting a business or even if you're in your business, to see how you can expand and grow. Danielle Tate is amazing. I love her. Awesome. So that's what I'm reading. I always check out, I am a big online person now, even though I'm a Gen Xer. I know you laughed at me when I told you I had that old child. My child is old.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, you guys. Man, walking in your passion is critical. You can look like Sherron here. Love what you do. Look like Sherron.
That's after the makeup. I paint on the makeup, and here we are. I don't know my age, right? So I'm big online. So I try to check out. I'm Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh yeah, Vaynerchuk. He's awesome.
Yes. Right? Because he is very authentic in his space, and he believes it. Yeah. No matter if you have reservations about it. I know he uses very colorful language, but he is definitely
point across. There's no confusing what Gary V means. Yeah,
I love Gary V. Of course, David Scott Merriman.
Oh, David Merriman Scott. Oh, yeah.
That's new, and I appreciate that. And I'm trying to think of anyone else. I absolutely check out more local people. I use my Instagram and Twitter. I am about gathering news to then aggregate it to other people. So I am a resource. So I make sure that I not only see the larger people, but definitely pay attention to some of the local people or people who are small on the scale that you aren't really hearing about the big names, and checking them out as well. So I just checked out a graphic designer, Brittany Janine. She does a great job. And she doesn't know me, but she has new fans. So.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very cool. I love that. You're always looking to reach back, always paying it forward. Yeah. You practice what you preach. I think that's incredible. How did that whole UN thing happen? I know I keep saying we're done, but I'm one of those people who say bye 5 times at church, and you're still saying bye.
Let's see.
How did the whole UN opportunity happen?
So I just applied. I have a mentor.
Oh, and by the way, Sherron has spoken before the UN.
So I know that's crazy. So I had a chance to be a moderator at the UN. So that was it was perfect. I spoke. How did I get this?
Yeah.
Oh, I just submitted it.
Wow, you did something scary, huh?
Yeah, I have a mentor who said, "Go do things big." So me, I'm all in it. When you tell me to do it, like I'm 130% inside of it. So for a month, I was looking for all these speaking opportunities. Anyway, found a speaking opportunity. The name of the organization escapes me, but it's an academic organization that's international. Wow. They chose my topic. I created a methodology called More Platforms, More Problems. And it breaks down. Did I send that to you?
Awesome. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't watch it though.
Okay, so what I do is I break down the 5 big social media platforms, and I compare them to office spaces. So for example, I refer to Facebook as the water cooler, and LinkedIn as the boardroom, and Instagram as the storefront. So all these examples. So I submitted that, and they loved it.
Wow.
So I got a chance to moderate and then speak in front of all these international people, which were from Spain to Africa to Australia to Peru. Like, it was awesome.
Wow. I would love to see the link on that. In fact, I'm going to share the infographic, the picture you shared, because you did share that. So at the bottom of the description on this video and the podcast, you'll be able to click on the link to be able to see that awesome PDF from Sherron.
Good deal. That's for people, if you don't understand why you're on the platforms you're on, this kind of lets you, it's an easy way to identify, these are the behaviors that I need to exhibit. And I'll have a webinar coming up shortly on that.
Wonderful. Will you be promoting that on the p3solution.com or
Facebook? The best way to get me, to reach me, is through all of my social media platforms. So wherever you are, if you're on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or YouTube, or I'm all over social media.
Awesome.
But I do put it on my website.
So how can people connect with you? And we'll go into just the event that you had, the amazing inaugural event you have happening, but it's not inaugural. This is your second year doing it, right? Third year already. Okay, wow. Okay, so let's go on to the Market Summit after we share how everyone can connect with you.
Okay, so this is easy.
Okay.
So any platform you're on, including Snapchat, Flickr, and anything else, you go. My name is at the P3 Solution. That's it.
P3 Solution.
The P3 Solution.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's a whole lesson in and of itself. Don't have 5 different handles, folks.
No. That way, if you don't have a pen, your phone breaks, you don't have a card, the P3 Solution, you can't forget that.
Awesome. The P3 Solution. Wonderful. So Sherron, I'm so excited that our listeners are going to get in on a special offering from you. Can you tell us a little about your conference, how it came about, and how people can register for it and find it?
Awesome. So it's Market Simple, the Summit. Registration opened in January. You can get, let's see, before I tell you how to register, let me tell you about it. Yeah. So it goes upon the same principle as we teach and then as I present to my clients, where you should be marketing simple. So there's 16 workshops, they're power workshops. How-tos, not this kind of vague what it is, what it's all about. No, it's how to do something. You will learn how to do something in each of these workshops, and there's 16 to choose from. Usually you can get about 5 in a day, and that's all you really need.
That's good.
This conference is definitely designed for you to do immediate action. So not to harness this information and keep it right here. You need to then start to execute it. So we have VIP sessions. We'll have also panelists. I'll run a general session for everybody to see on how to create that 15-minute marketing plan.
Nice.
I'm excited about that. And by the way, you can have a marketing plan, not just at the beginning of the year, but mid-year, end of year, whenever you can start marketing plans. So they're just not for the start of the year. And so how you can register is you would go to imarketsimple.com.
Well, thank you so much, Sherron. I feel like time has gone by so fast.
Oh, wow.
But that just means we have to do this, hopefully, again.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, definitely ask me whenever you want me to come on. We can definitely talk about social media platforms, how to target anything you want. I'm here for you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll be good. Some more practice, some specifics on like ads and platforms and how to use algorithms. What does that mean?
Yes.
There's a lot of great stuff. So that's to come. But I want to thank you so much, Sherron, for joining us today. Sherron Washington of the P3 Solution and Market Simple, the Summit, author of amazing books, speaker, coach. We're so happy to have you as a friend, of course, of I Did It My Way, and of course, my personal friend.
That's right. You're stuck with me now. You're stuck, Lauren.
It's over. I made that connection, right? I did that relationship building there through, and I'm grateful for that, because reaching out to people is scary, and sometimes that's people's biggest fear, just making a connection to someone who is from quote unquote cold market, but because of some of the platforms we have now, they make us feel warmer and more connected to the world at large. And so I challenge you guys today, put into practice some of the things that Sherron has shared with you. Meet someone new, do something scary, try something new, and that is the way you grow every day. And so again, thank you, listeners. Thank you, friends, for listening to I Did It My Way. If you want any of the resources that we shared today, some of the details, just check out the description below the video or below the podcast entry. And thanks again for joining.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Sherron.
Thank you for being a part of the magic with I Did It My Way. Visit us at www.AtlantaWEP.com.